Hey everyone, so welcome back to the brand new tutorial. This week we are learning to paint a vibrant orange slice in watercolors. This exercise focuses on color mixing and creating juicy textures around that slice. If you have been here for a while now and you haven't subscribed, then please before going ahead, click on the subscribe button, like, comment and share these tutorials. It's helped my channel. Please check out the previous week's tutorial as well, which are already live here, and I'm gonna link them up here as well, so make sure that you check them out. Now a lot of people get confused when I start my subject with the contrasting or complementary colors, right? So I know the orange slice is actually orange in color, but I deliberately intentionally started that with the purple underpainting, because when you have complementary colors together, it adds that natural shadow around your subject. If you don't know about complementary colors or color wheel, then check out this tutorial where we talk about color theory in general. I also wanted to show you a very simple shadow or spill actually. So the bottom layer that you see is actually a spill, like something has spilled, a juice has spilled, and then it has that glowing droplets of the orange juice as well at the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna be focusing on all these things. Again, to give depth to this particular orange spill, I'm gonna add like purple. When I start adding purple, it's gonna form a natural muddy shade, which is what I am looking at when it comes to the shadow area. So I think it is gonna do its job naturally. Now you see me, I'm not blending too much. I'm just trying to spread the color and naturally let them blend together. Okay, very important. We also wanted to keep the segregation natural, like I should see my orange slice not melting in that shadow, but it is like has to be like kept in that shadow area. Okay, so make sure that we are not losing that edge of the slice. Now, while working on the pulp of the orange, it is very important that we are using restraint, meaning we are intentionally leaving small white marks when we are trying to fill in those slice gaps. Very important. Okay, instead of using white gouache in the end, it would be highly recommended to use these textures while you're painting. The other way of doing this would be to put some masking fluid before you start painting. So the masking fluid, when you put, also has to be in these tiny shapes, so you are avoiding, so when you basically paint on top of it, the colors will not go in and they will leave the texture behind. Okay, these small segments inside the orange are painted using very short strokes. These marks help suggest the juicy texture of the fruit. So when you take a fruit slice and if you take a picture and then you see it, you're gonna notice these tiny highlights in them. Okay, for painting the leaves also, I'm using the underpainting. So the complementary color for the green is actually red. I'm using a very diluted wash of red, and then moving forward I'm gonna build depth on top of it. So after this I'm gonna take my green. I'm using my olive green here, or sap green, for all this. If you don't have a sap green, what you can do is you can mix a little bit of burnt sienna to your normal green, and then you will be able to form sap green. If I have to darken my green colors, I don't use any darker shade of green, instead I use a blue color. So indigo portion I go, and that's how my green becomes darker. Okay, so once you're satisfied with the kind of leaf you wanted to create, then we can move on to the droplet part. I'll be continuing here to refine my leaves for now. Painting water droplets or juice droplets is a very simple thing. So what you need is a darker base. So on the oval, if it is an oval shape or any shape, the top part of your shape is basically the dark color. Then you dilute the color and come at the bottom. The bottom area has to be like white or clean. Okay, and then you have your highlight area, and then you have the shadow. So that's what we work when we are working on those droplets. Very important. So pay close attention to how I'm doing the droplets. You can complete all of them. In the end of this video, I have also mentioned another way of doing the background. So unfortunately I was not able to record this completely, but once you reach there you will understand what I have done. For now, please closely watch how this is done. And because the droplets were too small, I have taken like a size very like 000 brush, like it's a very small brush. Okay, if you are learning watercolors and want deeper guidance, I also offer a full watercolor course where I teach these techniques step by step. The link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more watercolor lessons. this is the background that I was referring to. It is nothing but a simple wash of same color that we used initially, but I have spread across the paper, and then I sprinkled some clean water on top of it. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Do not forget to like, subscribe and share. See you next time. Bye.